Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Friday. We made it. We made it. I made that sound like we had a big week of work. I don't know. This is the second show that I did, second NBA bid. So maybe I should relax with like, oh boy, thank God we made it. Who do we got in the chat this morning? I see Sneeps up in here. Matthew with a great question. If you're playing Evan Fournier more minutes than Marcus Sasser, are you trying to lose your job? Yeah, I think so. I think Monty Williams and Jordan Poole are kind of that Spider-Man meme right now. Like who can get fired first? I've never seen a player get fired from a contract before, but he's doing his best. He's doing his best. Ooh, comments says happy birthday to Jamal Murray, D'Lo Russell, and Andrew Wiggins. A lot of Buckets birthdays today. Happy National Dog Biscuit Day. Congrats on your W, Bandino. There we go. It's a huge win for Bandy, although he's going to be furious because we have to take him back to the vet today to check in on those ears. So he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be pissed soon. And then here we go. When Lou Dort decides to make a podcast named The Dort Report, are you going to collect royalties? Yeah. Well, no, he doesn't have to. I don't have to collect royalties, but I do have to be his white guy co-host. So Dort, if you're watching, man, I'm ready. The Dort Report's ready. Honestly, it's a great podcast name. We got to do it. We got Jump Shooty up in here too. Appreciate everybody tuning in this morning all week long. Just a reminder, if you haven't checked out the All-Star vid on our Team Hold Sports channel, go do that. And appreciate everybody that jumped into Live Before Lock last night or After Dark. We had a good time. It's going to be a high-scoring game week, that's for sure. High-scoring underdog week or night last night, too. All over the place. But last show of the week today, we're going to start, I think next week, we're going to start doing our, I mentioned yesterday that Underdog is doing some best ball stuff. They announced the playoff formats. They have the dance and the little dance. So we'll start doing some shows around that. I think starting next week, though. But yeah, I think that's it for the weekend. You'll have some value hunting this weekend. I'll make sure to do the VIPs first. Fast break. Huge L on Top Shot for not having fast break ready for today or yesterday. The only and like whatever, I get it. They need some time to cultivate like the right contest. But I mean, you could see it last night. People were hungry for basketball to return. I saw it in the So Rare streets. I saw it in the Underdog streets. It's just too bad they didn't have that ready to go. But you live and you learn. Beta, baby. We're going to talk all things hoops from last night. We had a handful of games. We had some fun stuff, some dumb stuff, some good stuff, some bad stuff. So excited to jump into it. Without further ado, I don't know. You guys have anything else? Who had a worse day, Top Shot or AT&T? AT&T was pretty bad. Regularly said they already know the contest. So what do you think? What do you think they're doing? What's the reason then? Oh, coffee is good this morning. All right, let's get into basketball last night. So Donovan Mitchell, excuse me. Donovan Mitchell got ruled out last night pretty late too. It was like maybe like a half hour before the game started. He and everyone else, I don't know what was going on at All-Star Game weekend, but a lot of people got sick. Not me, though. Not me. That horse trank got me. Magic won, 116-109. Weird game. Like, nobody on the Magic. The high score for Orlando last night was Wagner, but not Franz. It was the Mo. Mo Vogs went nuts. He had 22 and 8. Franz had 14. Like, Paolo had a weird game. You know, like, if you just looked at the box score, you would have been like, Cleveland won pretty handily. But that was not the case. Magic, the defense of the Magic held Cavs to 109. Mobley continues to play really good since coming back from injury. I don't know what kind of rehab he did, but man, he looks great. He had 14 and 8 with 6 assists, had 4 stocks. Jared Allen at 18 and 10, and then Darius Garland filling in for Mitchell had 18 and 10 as well. But good win for Orlando, and it is kind of fun. Like, we are now, it's February 23rd. Only a couple months left in the regular season. Like, everybody's got 20 or so games left, right? 20, maybe 30. And like, these games matter a ton now. They matter, like, the jumping around in the standings. Like, you don't have, I was looking at some of it yesterday, and you see a team is like, I think I was looking at the Knicks and the Cavs, and I was like, Knicks are 3.5, 4 games back. But that's like, that's a considerable amount when you only have 20 or 30 of them left. So these games are pretty important. So that was a pretty big win for Orlando, who has continued to beat the teams like below them. And then we're like so against the teams ahead of them. So good win for them. Granted, no Donovan Mitchell, but hey, a dub is a dub. Let's do a little drop here as we get into this next game, because good Lord, R.I.P.
Detroit basketball! Detroit basketball!
I legit don't know what Monty Williams is doing. Like they got rid of Killian Hayes, and it was like, finally, man, he's got to play his guys. I don't understand his rotations. I don't know, like I don't know if somebody from above is like, hey, do me a favor, man. We don't want to look dumb. We paid you all that money. Can you just be the dumb one instead? Because like you get rid of a lot of the vets, right? Boyan leaves, Alec Burks leaves, Monty Morris is gone, Killian Hayes is gone. It's like finally, let's let our young guys run around. Detroit was playing Indiana pretty competitively early in the game. And for whatever reason, Monty Williams refuses to stagger any of Cade and Jaden Ivey. So like they're either both on there or they're both off the court. Now, when that happens, they get smoked when they both come off the court. And I don't like you. I'm gonna pull up some of these minutes here from last night's contest. And the Pacers win 129-115, 14-point victory, but like it felt like 40. So Duren, Cade, and Ivy all play. So Duren and Cade play 30 together. Ivy plays 32. You still Evan Fournier played 18 minutes. Marcus Sasser played 10. Like, I don't know, man. Why? Why? I don't know why we're doing that, Monty. I don't know if he just does not want to play. Like maybe he's just like, man, dude, if they fire me, I still get paid, you know? Maybe that's where his head's at, but weird game. But Cade, anyways, Cade finishes with 38 and 5. Solid performance from him. Duren with the double-double. He had 15 and 13. And then all the Pacers numbers were kind of so because this game got out of hand. A lot of people got some minutes. Siakam had 20 and 4. Halliburton had 25 and 13. Halliburton seems healthy, good to go now, which is good to see. And then Miles Turner had a double-double, 13 and 11. How did Monty ever win Coach of the Year? Well, no, I mean, like you keep going back to like how he got hired for the Detroit job. Detroit came to him. They're like, would you like this job? And he said no. They came back. Would you like this job for more money? He said no. They went back one more time. Monty, would you like this job for all the money in the state of Michigan? And then he said yes. So when he was coaching Phoenix, I think he was excited. He liked coaching. I think he was ready to, be in a cabin somewhere for a little bit, just kick back and relax. And they said, what about $78 million? And then that'll get you. Listen, I will do it. I'll do it too for 70, even if I hate it. I can't think of the equivalent. For $78 million, I'd go manage the Board to Buckets Discord, I get it. Same energy, Monty. Same energy. All right. Knicks beat the Sixers. Bing bong, 110-96. The return of Hartenstein. But they before the game, they were like, his minutes are going to be monitored. And we were like, yeah, nice try, dude. This is Tibbs. This is Coach Tibbs, baby. No, but they did. Hartenstein only played 10 minutes. He played 5 in the first half and 5 in the second half, which absolutely killed our our NBA bid pick'em that morning, which I forget what it was. I'm going to pull it up here in a second. Let's look at the results for our pick'ems yesterday. We wouldn't have got there anyways. We only hit 2 of them. Luka got over 31.5 points. Mobley got over 1.5 blocks. But the Hartenstein one killed us. Also, Devin Booker hit 2 threes in the first half, didn't hit another one. Buddy Hield got to 14 of the 16.5 points. So L on my face. But anyways, Knicks beat the Sixers 110-96. Brunson had 21 and 12. Josh Hart, really good game. He had 19 and 12. Boyan gave him 22 off the bench. Presh Chachua had 17 and 11. Sixers were pretty bad outside of Maxey, who had 35, 6, and 5. Maxey still looks great, which is fun. It's nice. But again, I was telling you yesterday, Sixers have one of the hardest schedules the rest of the way out, and they're without Joel Embiid for at least a few more. I mean, I imagine for over a month, and we're just going to see going down the drain. I know, common man, but Booker had a good game last night. But anyways, good win for the Bing Bong Boys, who they pick up a game on the Cavs because they lost. They also pick a game up on a half game, I guess, on the Bucks. But the Knicks now are just 1 game behind Milwaukee and 3 games behind Cleveland. It is crazy. We're going to get to the Celtics in a second, but they've opened up a 7-game lead on the rest of the East, which is kind of crazy. I confidently said last night at Live Before Lock that in the next 4 game weeks, Mikal Bridges will drop a 50 on So Rare. I was like, he's going to do it. And I think what I forgot is that even though they are happy to be freed from Jacques Vaughn that they are still a basketball team that sucks. And the Raptors, who are also a basketball team that sucks, smoked them last night. 121-93. Scotty Barnes and IQ took over early. It looked like Scotty Barnes was going to have a monster night and then slowed down. He finished with 18, 12, and 8. IQ at 24 and 6. Gary Trent Jr., come on down. He dropped 25. Mikal at 21 and 4. Cam Thomas 19 and 4. And it's funny, the big conversation around Jacques Vaughn was when he got fired was like, yeah, dude, the Nets were tired of organizing an offense around Ben Simmons. And then Ben Simmons last night played mostly with Nick Claxton and Dorian Finney-Smith. So it's like, they haven't learned anything. You unlock Ben by making him play big, and you stretch the floor with shooters, you run and gun, right? And instead they're like, what if we put all of our big guys out there that can't shoot together? And so they're dumb. They're dumb. It's a dumb team. Maybe their first game out, they're still figuring it out, but not a good sign. Well, hold on. Snoop Loop says recently figured out where it comes from, the subway. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly where it comes from. You're right. Anyways, we the North, though. Congrats. Scotty Barnes also, I don't know if you guys saw this. He had a play on Mikal Bridges and then pulled out his Mikal Bridges celebration. So there you go. Listen, you guys might both be bad basketball teams, but at least you get some salt in you, Dallas, let's get a drop. Let's get a drop in for our boy Luka. Luka Magic. Man, this is a fun one. Phoenix got out a little early too, and Dallas then it was like late in the second quarter, or maybe halfway through the second quarter. I watched a lot of this one, and Luka's just diming up everybody around him. I feel like he found like Josh Green in a corner, found Timmy Hardaway in a corner, like just kept finding open shooters. And the lead went from like the Suns had a lead of like 12, and then all of a sudden it was 5. And then they just took that energy right into half and then came out and stomped on him in the third quarter. And Luka's just so damn good. Suns made a couple runs late to like make it somewhat competitive, but the final score 123-113. But there was never like really, it's like the Suns took it from 17 to 12 or whatever. And it never really got close. KD was kind of quiet after getting loud with a fan. I don't know if you guys saw the clip going. Actually, shout out KD. I thought KD handled that pretty funny. Mavs fan calls him a bitch, allegedly, as he's coming out of the tunnel. And KD just kind of stops and walks right over to him. He's like, "What's up, man?" and then they like the woman tries to shake his hand, which I'm like, he's not going to shake your hand. And then the guy, if you listen to the audio of the video, the guy is like, "Hey, man, I actually host like a little sports podcast myself." And the second he says that, KD's like, "I'm good, I'm gone." I thought KD handled that well. Also, what are you doing, Dallas fans? Don't embarrass yourselves. KD finishes 23 and 6. Booker had 35 and 8, but it was the Kyrie and the Luka show. Kyrie had 29 and 5. I think it was early in the third quarter. Kyrie just like took over, absolutely took over. I had an incredible highlight last night where he's going in slow motion while everybody else is going fast. It feels like sometimes. Luka had 41, 11, and 9. Another just incredible performance from Luka, who I feel like I was going to say I have to immediately eat my words of saying that SGA was going to be the MVP. But then the SGA did his own MVP shit against the Clippers later in the night. So I kind of still stand by it. But, man, I tweeted that out last night that I think by mid-March we're going to be like, is Luka the favorite to win the MVP? Good win for Dallas. They now, my big prediction was that the Suns were going to be in the play-in game and that Dallas was going to be a top 6 team. And right now, the Suns are in the play-in game, and the Mavs are a top 6 team as the Mavs leapfrog the Suns after last night's game. They have the same record, but I think the Mavericks are 3-1 on the season series of against the Suns, so they'll hold the tiebreaker. So good win for Dallas. Again, like these games matter a little bit more now, so it's exciting. The Beantown boys, Celtics win 129-112. This was a funny game because the Bulls kept it kind of close, and Vooch was a monster down low in the first half and then did nothing in the second half. Bucci Main finished with 22 and 14. Kobe White had 20 and 4. Celtics win 129-112. Tatum was awesome again. And in the first half, I was playmaking a little bit. He had like 7 points, 5 boards, 5 dimes. and then finishes the game with 25. Just kind of takes over early in the third into the fourth, and then that was a wrap. Derek White, too. I feel like we hadn't got a Derek White game in a while. He had 28 and 5, and then JB had 21, 5 and 5. Celtics just keep rolling, man. And we already pointed that out yesterday, right? Like one of the easiest schedules the rest of the way out. They are going to be far and away, outside of like catastrophic injuries, the best team in the league record-wise. Yes, Sneeps, also a good point. Luke Cornett's celebrations were baller last night. Shout out Cornett. But again, they're 44 and 12. They have 5 more wins than the next closest team, which is the Timberwolves. Like I said, 7-game lead over the Cavs, 9 over the Bucks, 10 over the Knicks. I mean, they're going to have the ability to rest the hell out of everybody down the stretch if they want. And they're deep enough that they can probably continue to pick up dubs. Also, we had Stan Loves in the chat. Love to see it. So good win for Boston. None of it matters until they make a run in the postseason, right? Everybody knows that. But again, just they continue to beat teams. JJ Redick probably woke up this morning victory lapping a bunch of stuff, right? Because Point Zion lives again. Pellies were without Brandon Ingram last night, and Zion just kind of went off. And man, this Houston team sucks. Like to think about, I think it was from Good Morning It's Basketball right before the All-Star break. We had mentioned that like at early December or like December 13th, whatever it was, the Cavs and the Rockets had the same exact record. And now you look at Cleveland being 18 games over 500, and you look at Houston being 7 games under 500 at 24 and 31. They're 3 and 7 in their last 10. They're behind the Jazz. They are 12th. They're 12th in the West, and they are now 4.5 games out of the play-in. Like, it's a wrap. I actually think our top 10 teams in the West are pretty much locked and loaded. From seeing what Utah, and we'll talk about Utah's game, but what Utah did at the trade deadline, and now, you know, Keontae George playing 30-plus minutes a game, Taylor Hendricks playing 30 or 26 to 30 minutes a game. They're trying to get these young guys ready to go. And so this is going to be our top 10 is kind of locked and loaded. But anyways, Pels, I should talk more about them. Zion 27 and 9. Jonas had a big double-double, 20 and 14, and CJ had 28 and 6. Amen. Thompson had 22, 5 and 4 off the bench, and Shingu 20 and 9. But Houston's toast, man. For them to spend all of that money, I mean, I guess they had to spend money. You got to spend money on somebody. But to drop that bag on Ime Udoka, on Freddie VanVleet, you bring Dylan Brooks in. I'm forgetting the other vets they brought in. Uncle Jeff Green. They're in trouble. They're in trouble. I don't know, who's like itching to get down to Houston. And yeah, I mean, it was fun for a month where we're like, oh, dude, Ime's got that dog in him, and his dog is contagious. Not so fast. Anyways, good win for New Orleans too, who they are now, I think, 5th in the West here at 34 and 22. They're 5.5 games out. And they're 8 and 2 in their last 10. Winners of 4 in a row. We looked at their schedule yesterday. Not too shabby the rest of the way out. So good win for the Pellies. Let's thunder up. Hashtag thunder up. And let's talk about our boy Thor. Yo, Lou Dort with 19 last night. How about that? OKC smokes the Clippers 129-107. This game was never really close. They stepped on their throat early in the game and just kept it there. Kawhi finished with 20. Harden had 17 and 6. Norm not the leading scorer. He had 19 off the bench. And then again, SGA every single game, 31 plus, right? 31, 8 and 4. Chet had a double-double. He had 17, 10, and then Doherty dropped 19. OKC just continues to roll along, and that's again, another big win for them, right? So they're 38 and 17. What's that quick math? That's 55. So they've got 27 games left. Is that right? And they're now in the 2 seed. They're 1 game behind the Timberwolves, but more importantly, like another win against the Clippers team, who it just creates more separation. There's now a game and a half separating OKC from the Clippers in Denver. So good win for the Thunder. Pretty good. Whoa, Stan, breaking news. Sneeps' nose is bleeding on playback last night. Whoo, damn. All right, Sneeps. We doing a little nose candy? A little nose candy for Sneeps? Good win for OKC. Thunder continue to be real. Man, the West is going to be so fun in the playoffs. I'm very excited for it. Jordan Poole's awful, guys. I don't know. It's crazy to me considering he went from like 6th man of the year candidate. He went from winning his team playoff games or finals games, being a core rotation guy, a flamethrower off the bench for a team that won the NBA championship, to getting a punch in the face, speaking of bloody noses, a ton of money, and then he gets traded and now just can't get anything going. Can't get anything going. Last night, it was reported before the game, Jordan Poole was going to come off the bench. And now I played Jordan Poole in So Rare this week. So I was paying it. I was just box score hunting because I was not interested in watching this Denver Washington game. And so Jordan Poole comes in and I see he gets like a quick 7 points, finishes the game with 18, right? And you're like, oh, that's, not terrible. Finishes the game with 18. It was on 17 shots. He had 18 points on 17 shots. At one point, he was 1 for 10 from the field, finished 4 for 17. I don't understand. I don't understand how this happens. Like, it feels like the Monstars, right? Like, just get zapped. Like, is his confidence that shook? And I mean, I guess there'll be a documentary on it someday. But it's both, like, it is kind of amusing and funny in some moments, right? Like, you see that inbound pass last night, which we did a short on, right? Where he just inbounds it to Jamal Murray and then puts his hands up like this. And there's part of it. It's like how every single night, instead of it Jordan Poole dropping 30, we're seeing a highlight of him doing something wild, right? So it is part funny, but it's also like sad, man. Like, I feel bad for the guy. He can't be having fun unless he is like Monty Williams, like I said at the top of the show. Maybe Monty Williams and Jordan Poole are the Spider-Man meme. They're both like, can I do the worst possible job while making the most amount of money? And the answer, yes, they can. Anyways, Denver wins this game. Jokic breaks a triple-double record, I believe, last night. I forget what the actual record is. But Jokic finishes with 21, 19, and 15. Monster triple-double. Michael Porter Jr. had a big game, too, 22 and 11. Jamal had 18 and 8 with 5 stocks. Aaron Gordon had 17 and 4. The Coos had 31 and 12. And then Tyus Jones with 13 and 14. Jump Shoot said, why did the Wizards trade for Poole? Well, dude, they thought they were getting a deal on this, honestly. Nobody knew that he was gonna be terrible, he was not. He was really good for stretches. And he's young. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say that stat. That was kind of crazy. So to go back to Jokic's stat line here last night from the field, just out of control, dude. He's out of control. So he took 10 shots. He made all 10 of them. The only shot he missed, he went to the free throw line twice and missed one of those. Just out of control. Only 3 turnovers, had a steal as well. I mean, the guy is incredible. The guy is incredible. All right, here we go. Hornets and the Jazz. I forget we have to do PJ Washington drops for the Mavericks now, but the Hornets beat the Jazz 115-107. That piece of shit, Miles Bridges, had a good game. He had 26 and 14. Grant, I'll show you my dong, had 24 off the bench. Lauri Markkanen had 21, 9, and 6. And I was talking about Taylor Hendricks and Keontae, the 2 rooks from Utah. 12 and 9 off the bench he started 12 and 9 in 26 minutes for Hendricks, and then Keontae had 16 and 5. Charlotte 4 in a row, baby. 4 in a row. We'll look at the bottom of the standings here in a little bit, just to, feel something. But good win for Charlotte. We had 2 games left. Let's do Kings and Spurs first. Like that beam. Spurs kept it close, though. Devin Vassell was a flamethrower last night. He had 32 and 7 for the Spurs. Wemby, man, it was funny. You look at Wemby's, like, if you watch the game, you're probably, man, Wemby, kind of a bad game, right? Only 19 points, 13 boards, 4 assists, 5 blocks, and 5 steals. He's going to continue to be a fantasy god because 10 stocks, right? That just separates him from everybody. It's out of control. He had a great sequence. We did a short on this morning. There's a great sequence between him and Sabonis where he blocks Sabonis 2 different times, and later in the game, Sabonis hits him with a filthy Euro step that just shakes him. And Sabonis throws it down. Sabonis kind of a wild morning, too, because he was listed as doubtful. We didn't think he was going to play. Then halfway through the day, they're just like, oh, yeah, he's questionable now, I guess. And then he goes through shoot around, ends up playing, has a solid game for them as they win 127-122. Had another triple-double. I believe he leads the league in trip dubs. It's not even close. Sabonis had 22, 11, and 11. Finally, De'Aaron Fox. We had a Fox sighting. Thank you for returning. He had 28, 9, and 5. That's actually something to pay attention to. I wonder if he was battling an injury, gets the All-Star break, watches everybody in the All-Star game play bad, gets some rest, and then he comes back. I wonder if he's good to go now. Kevin Herter had 21, and so did Malik Monk. So good win for them. Good win for them. And then the last game of the night, which I was kind of excited about, but ended up being boring. Warriors blow out the Lakers 128-110. AD was another monster game. No LeBron in this game. AD had 27 and 15 with 3 blocks. D'Lo at 18 and 9. The chef, Steph Curry, at 32. Steph had 32 through 3 quarters and then didn't really have to do much in the fourth quarter. Finished with 32 and 8 in 32 minutes. And then Wiggs had 20. Clay had 3 points coming off the bench in 1 for 9 shooting. Not great, Bob. Not great. You don't love to see that. But Warriors continue, making some moves here as we take a look at the standings. Feeling good about my takes yesterday after one freaking game. But let's go look at the standings here, and then maybe we'll build some pick'ems or something. But we flew through that information this morning. We flew through last night's action. Let's go look at the East over here. So, right, you see the Celtics, as we mentioned, that massive lead over the Cavs, Bucks, Knicks. Sixers dropping another game. But now the Pacers, this is what I was talking about. Pacers are only 1 game behind Philly, with Philly having one of the toughest schedules. Pacers are healthy now. You also have the Magic, who are now only a game and a half behind the Sixers. And the Heat are only 2 games behind the Sixers. And it really does feel like they are all going to catch up. It does. Charlotte here. Look at Charlotte trying to catch up to Toronto. I don't think that's probably too many games, but look at Charlotte. 4-6 in their last 10, winners of 4 in a row. You love to see that. And then here's the Detroit Pistons. Detroit showing us life for a second, and they're like, let me lose 4 in a row. 3 years, 180 million for LeBron, too much. Did you just pull that out, or did that just happen? Did I miss that? Did LeBron get 3 for 180, or are you just spitballing here? I mentioned the West, right? So OKC now just a game back from Minnesota. Minnesota has Milwaukee tonight. We'll talk about that in a second. Clippers and Nuggets both squared up here, 2.5 games back. And then you see the Pellies with a game lead over the Mavs, who are tied with the Suns but have that tiebreaker. Kings now just a half game behind the Suns. And then look, the Warriors just chip it away, baby. Chip it away. Golden State 8-2 in their last 10. Now only a half game behind the Lakers. And then the rest of the West is toasties. Tonight's action, ready? Here we go. So we got for tonight a smaller slate for a Friday, but still some juice. You got Toronto and ATL. So Toronto on a back-to-back, Cleveland and Philly both on a back-to-back. So that's hopefully Donovan's good to go. Then you got Phoenix and Houston. Hopefully they'll right the ship there. Clippers have a back-to-back against the Grizz. Washington and OKC both on back-to-backs. Pelly's on a back-to-back. They had no Ingram last night. Be curious to see if they rest anybody. Or if Ingram returns, and maybe they rest somebody, who knows. But against Miami, that's a good one, big one for Miami. They need to turn around. But Milwaukee, Minnesota on ESPN is going to be fire. And then Charlotte, Golden State. Actually, there's more games than I thought. Both on a back-to-back. Denver gets Portland, and then San Antonio against the Lakers at 10:30. So, big late slate for you underdog freaks. That's a big DAD tonight. One of Kelder and Herder parlay. There you go. Oh, rumors about his next contract. Stan saying Heat and Pacers make the top 6, Sixers and Orlando in the play-in. So, Stan, I don't know if you were here yesterday, but I said something similar. But I think I have the Heat as the 7 seed. I think I put Orlando has like one of the easiest schedules the rest of the way. So I had Orlando jumping to 6. I think I'd have Heat 7, Sixers 8, I believe is what I had. Comment says, why is the NBA scheduling so many back-to-backs? Dude, I was talking about this last night on Live Before Lock. I remember the NBA returning on Thursday after All-Star game, and then it only being 2 games. 2 games left. I can't remember. Stan's saying the Heat have a top 5. Did I miss that? Let me pull that up here. Let me pull that up because maybe I missed that with the Heat. Miami definitely, Orlando definitely had oh, dude, you were right, buddy. You were right. I totally missed it because I was looking at Orlando with the easiest. It's Orlando, Boston, and then Miami, followed by Brooklyn and Memphis. So, yeah, hey, maybe it is Miami and Orlando as 5 and 6, and the Pacers fall a little bit. But I really do think we're going to see Orlando rip some dubs. But I'm with you though. It'll be something close like that. I'm totally with you on that. All right, let's try to build a pick'em for tonight. More basketball than I thought. I honestly, I missed that there were all these late games. All of these late games I missed. All right, let's go. I don't know. Common Man, you got any takes for this morning? Let me blow this up a little bit. You got any takes for this morning? I don't really have a feel for. I don't have a feel for it. We're due for a dub though. We're due for a dub. Maybe we just do a 3-man today. Try to build up some momentum. Just a little 3-way, a little menage. I actually do. I think a double-double. I know we're starting immediately with this, but 0.75x for Trey triple-double. I know that's not double-double. I know that's not a huge booster, but I kind of like that. Scotty Barnes maybe with a double-double. All right, you like Trey points and assist. All right, what about? All right, I'm just going to listen to. I'll just listen to you. Points, rebounds, and assists is 37.5 PRA. Points and assists. You didn't say rebounds. Did it list points and assists here? 35 points and assists. That's what you like. All right, RJ Barrett points, and then we'll do Rudy boards. Let's see what RJ's at. RJ should be right here. RJ points is 20.5. All right, yeah, I do kind of like attacking that game just because there should be a shit ton of points. Rudy's rebounds are at 12.5 against Milwaukee. You think he eats, Garen? 12.5? You think he eats? I like it. It feels like he's going to be on the court quite a bit, whether he's matched up against Giannis or Brolo. I don't mind this, guys. I guess we can just keep it like this because I was going to say I kind of like the double-doubles for both Trey and what's his name? Trey and Scotty. But there we go. Let's do these three. This is nice. So for the podcast listeners, 35 points and assists over for Trey, higher than 20.5 points for RJ, and then higher than 12.5 boards for Rudy. We're going to put 18 to win 108, so that way I have an even 450. If you guys want to follow along, let's get in there, girl. If you guys want to follow along. All right, now let's pop over to So Rare. Let's see how frustrating my squad is. It's just going to be too high scoring, I think, in the So Rare streets. I think it's going to be too high scoring for everybody here. So this is my common's going to look nice. We got a 72 from Jokic and a 74 from Wemby. But the limited contender, B-Ball Paul, huge disappointment. So we got 42 from Laurie, 30 from Nembhard, 28 from Bags, Micic with 16. I kind of need Bags to get to 40 and Paul Reed to get to 40 if that's actually going to do anything. My limited champ was off to a fun start. Şengün was pretty disappointing, though. So we got 34 from Trey Mann, 60 from SGA, 51 from Hallie. Need Kuminga and Şengün to both ball a little bit in this limited champ for that to have a shot. My rare contender I thought was going to have a shot. We got 58 from IQ, 49 from Barnes, Poole with 30, which is funny because it's still like outperformed his cap, but not great. Bruno Fernando plays tonight. Micic with 17. Need Micic to get a little bit of a boost and Poole to get the 40. And then my rare champ, AD was on pace for like 70 last night, but then he didn't play the fourth quarter, basically. But he got 58. We got 54 from Kyrie, 43 from Michael Porter, and 38 from Mann. I feel like this is in contention if we can get Kuminga to a ceiling. Kuminga and AD need ceiling games for that to actually work. And then that's really it. Those are the only ones that have like any sort of shot. But I don't love it. I don't love what's been happening. But yeah, that's it. This might be an efficient show today. I don't know what else we got here. If you guys have anything for me, put it in the chat. Just a reminder, next week we'll fire up some dance and little dance over an Underdog if you want to test the waters and playoff best ball. I can actually see if the double dribble's been updated with this weekend's with last night's action. No, it hasn't, because heading into last night, I had a couple of teams in the top 300, which was nice. This one at 178. That's not me. There we go. 178 and then 576, but 2 in the top 1K. I still have about like 30 plus advancing, which is exciting. But again, I'll double check because I had so much AD, so I imagine that moves. But we're almost at the finish line here with Underdog. Let's see for the regular season stuff. So for regular season best ball, I'll actually go pull that up here in a second. How about spring training? No, I don't have any. I don't have any spring training takes. I'm probably not going to follow baseball this year. The Red Sox are garbage. Eric says here to drop a like and praise Jalen Brunson. Sorry, I haven't tuned in. No, hey, Eric, congrats on the new job. And Fernandez, I've been giving nothing but love to the Knicks lately. So there you go. But hold on, I'm going to pull up the breakdown here. God, I need the more info button. Where's all rules? Okay. I'm going to share screen. Let's go. Oh, still VIP. There you go. Hell yeah. Eric, do me a favor. Go subscribe to all of our other channels if you haven't done that yet. We got 3 channels now. The universe is growing. So here we go. Let's see. Round 1 is NBA weeks 1 to 17. I think we are at yeah, here you go. So round 1 is round 1 ends this week. It ends this week. So this is it. We're about to move on to round 2, which means they're paying out some stuff. Top Shot Tony was trolling Jolly Jokers. Nice way to yeah, okay. Yeah, I will make fun of Jolly Jokers. And Stan, feel free to check in to see why we don't work with them anymore. Who else we got? We need G done for baseball. Yeah, spring training's boring. You can follow the Brews with me. Yeah, I was in a fantasy baseball league with comedians that I've been doing for the last like 5 years, I guess, that I withdrew from this year. Which I withdrew from because I can't follow it anymore. Oh no, I love Coop, baby. I love Coop. Coop's the GOAT. Coop is the GOAT. Also, if Tony's making fun of your project, that means it's got staying power, right? Ballers, Top Shot. We got them all, baby. We got them all. No, the Top Shot. Somebody make an offer on the Top Shot Tony NFT. I will sell that thing. I will absolutely sell that thing. I will sell it, baby. I will sell it. All right. What else? Stan, what else you trolling these days, huh? You buy a Duncan Robinson jersey or anything? Anything good going on in your life there, Stan? Stan loves team flip. No, I will. Yeah, dude. Somebody make an offer. I got 2 of them too. We got the gift form and the photo form. We got both, baby. We got both. All right, dudes. Let's call it. Let's call it there. I got nothing else. Neither do you. Your chat's boring today. Dunkin' Donut there. God, I want that stuff so bad. I do. I want that merch so bad. I know it already sold out. It's probably if anybody has it, I will trade you a Tatum All-Star jersey for some of that Duncan stuff. I will. All right, let's call it. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I don't think we actually might have a Team Hold Sports video go up today, but that's going to be it. And let's close it with this. Have a great weekend. To you, Stan.
Say I'm trying, but all of the packs I'm buying are full of trash, so no thanks. Oh look, another 60K. Drew Eubanks is stupid, and I don't want to say you owe me, but my username's Top Shot Tony. So if you find it in your heart,